hope it's not too cliche that I always ask you first to update us from the UK perspective of the Brexit, because this has been a phenomenon which has been of high interest to people in the US as well, following the populist uprising of the Trump tidal wave and that sort of thing, and other populist leaders and nationalist leaders around the world. We were kind of cheering in our own little way here from our side of the pond after we had thrown off the oppression of the British Empire 200 years ago, that you guys were going to finally throw off the oppression of the Eurozone, and it's been a bit of a soap opera drama of Brexit or not. Can you bring us up to date on what are the major factors you see driving this controversy?
Well, the major factor basically is that the establishment doesn't want to split up the European Union, and what we have seen is precisely that. I mean, Mrs. May quite clearly is a Remainer, and it's for her, it's been a damage limitation job, if you like, Brexit in name only. In terms of negotiations, I mean, it hasn't been a negotiation at all. It's really been quite appalling. So what we have is a government which has completely failed in any attempt to deliver the electoral mandate of the referendum in 2016. Mrs. May first said that she didn't want to extend the date beyond the 29th of March. And then she said that she didn't want to extend it but beyond this coming Friday, which is 12th of April. And now it seems that she's managed to persuade them in Brussels to give us up until October. Now, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work, because there are real problems, I think, for the EU in this. They will be returning UK members of the European Parliament, because those elections are coming up in, I think it's May the 23rd. The procedure needs to start rolling actually round about next week for that. Like people register in order to stand for election and all the rest of it. So it looks to me as if this is definitely going to go ahead. Now, Nigel Farage has set up a new entity, the Brexit Party, and he's determined to go in there and cause as much trouble as possible, and good luck to him. The Conservative Party, they're faced with local elections, and that's on May the 2nd, their ratings have plummeted down to rock bottom, as you may imagine. According to the polls, if there was a general election tomorrow, the Labour Party would garner 42%, the Tories would garner something like 30-odd%. So madly, wildly communist, Marxist Jeremy Corbyn is actually more popular than a so-called sort of centralist Prime Minister in the Conservative Party. It's really a pretty awful state of affairs. I think that the way in which this is being played by the Remainers is the longer they can delay Brexit, the less chance Brexit will actually take place. So really, in summary, what we have is the establishment is completely divorced from the electorate. The establishment has got its own objectives, and the electorate can go to hell and damnation. I mean, what do they know? What do they got to do with it? They just should shut up. That's our democracy. That is the state of our democracy.